All right. What is going on, everybody? I hope you all are having a great day today. Little late to be starting, I know that. But what is up, Cinnamon? What is up, Golden Craft, Panzer, Smug? How are you guys today? Hello, Caroline. What is up, Animation City? Hello, Matthew. Hello, Miriam. Hello, Shadowlight. Hello, Ahis. What is up, Edgy? What is up, Collins? What is up, Dwan? Hello, Neat. Audio should be good. Yeah, I've been looking forward to the update, but also we have a lot to talk about today, too. So, hope you guys are going to look forward to that. But yeah, I am ready to... What is up, enabled? Hello, Alberto. So yeah, a lot has happened lately. Not just in UnOrdinary. I'm not talking about the chapter. We will be talking about more UnOrdinary stuff too. But as you can see, guys, I got an actual bed. My air mattress that I was so fond of got too many holes in it, and I'm gonna be honest, I bought quite a few air mattresses, but yeah, I was just like, you know what, maybe I should just stop buying air mattresses. Maybe I should just get an actual mattress. So yeah, got a bed. It's awesome. But also, there's some crazy webtoons promotion going on right now. Which we'll be talking about. I think we'll talk about it at the end of the video. Yeah, we'll be talking about that at the end of the, or maybe we should just talk about it now. So what do you guys think? Do you want me to read the chapter first, or do you want me to go over the Ember takeover that is going on webtoons right now? What do you guys want? Okay, so enabled wants the web. Okay, 2 for Ember, 2 for Ember. Both. I can't do both at the same time, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, the Ember takeover first then. All right, no problem. What is up, Michael? What is up? I am glad you are here, my dude. All right, so we'll talk about that fresh, hot Ember takeover of webtoons right now. So let me get this set up over here. So it's not anything too crazy. I thought it was something that was going to be a lot crazier than it actually is. I thought they kind of... Because Ty told me about this yesterday. Ty messaged me yesterday. He was like, dude, like, are you seeing this? I was like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, dude, like, did you get that notification? I was like, what notification? I checked my webtoon. I checked my phone. Webtoons had sent me a notification like a minute before he sent that. Ember has taken over webtoons, you guys. Now, what does that mean? What does the takeover of webtoons mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. I'll show you right now. Let me get this right here. So, what has Ember done? Well, you see, here on the Webtoons page, it is the Ember report. And so, of course, it's select target. I thought we would be able to, like, select targets to get a little peek at each of the characters they mentioned. Now, every character, I was hoping that they'd go more in depth with each of the characters, but they're only looking at the high tiers that matter, that being John, Arlo, Seraphina, and Remy. So yeah, select a target, and luckily, thanks to Ty, shoutouts to you, my dude, because of you, I was able to get these to get a screenshot of these, because for some reason or another, I couldn't pull it up on my phone. So yeah, A lot of interesting, definitely not too many interesting things. Oh, there's this one right here. Hold up. So you have this right here. Select your target and report target and strategy plan in episode 1. So all any of these really do, they just take you to episode 1, the prologue of UnOrdinary. So I was hoping like there would be like more to this, but there isn't. So, like I was saying, thanks to Ty, he sent me pretty big screenshots of what each of their files say. So we're gonna start, of course, with John, because who else would we start with, you know? So, here we are with John, and let me just... So we have John's file, and it says, classified information, name, John, stats, none. We'll talk about that more in a second. Date of birth, November 18th, male, ability, none, level 1.0, threat level, low. Son of William H. Doe, author of UnOrdinary, most likely. Exhibits no sign of power, currently attends Wellston Private High School, and is close friends with Serafina. Watch target. And of course we have the standard UnOrdinary charts. Wait a minute. Anyway, we have the standard UnOrdinary charts here. And then we have this power meter right here, which I assuming is like, of course, like related to ability levels. And then of course we have the standard UnOrdinary stats: power, speed, trick, recovery, and defense. And then, of course, watch target is labeled on John, presumably because his dad is the writer of UnOrdinary. And now we shall jump to... Now we shall jump into Arlo's file. So right here we have Arlo, classified information. Name, Arlo. Date of birth, July? I think that's July. July 30th. Gender, male. Ability, barrier. Level 6.3. Threat level, severe. Former king of Wellston Private High School. Known to be strategic during turf wars. Approach with caution. Then, of course, we have acquire powers, meaning they need to capture Arlo. That's what they're wanting. So then, of course, we have his power grid right here. Of course, defense being his highest stat, along with trick being second highest, I'm going to say. Power being about half. So I'm going to say his power's at about 5. And recovery is about, I'm going to go with 3 for that. Then, of course, he's got barely any speed with that. But he doesn't need speed. Anyway. So this right here is really interesting. Because we'll talk about this more. And we'll talk about this more when I'm finished going over everyone's files. So that was Arlo's file. Next up, we have former queen. Well, I guess she is still technically queen. Oh, no, it does say former queen. So, classified information. Remy. Date of birth, September 27th. Female, gender, ability, lightning. Level 5.4. Critical. Threat level, critical. Actually, that's funny. Does critical mean more than severe? Is she a bigger threat than Arlo is? So I think Remy, they might consider Remy a bigger threat than Arlo. But we'll go over that. Former queen of Wellston Private High School and the sister of the late vigilante Ecstatic. Possible connection to X-Ray. Terminate the target. Actually, yeah, that does imply that she has a more severe threat level. Okay, and then of course we have her powers. With I'm gonna say power and speed are a little even, I think, and then pretty good recovery and pretty good trick. Of course, defense is left to be desired. Now, this is interesting. Because I'm going to go over a little more about Remy's real quick, because looking at this, they don't know that it was her. They don't know that X-Ray is Remy. They say there's a possible connection to X-Ray. They know she's related to Ecstatic because Remy kept going to the police. The authorities themselves told Remy, we're going to find out what happened to your brother. Don't worry. But they don't know that she's X-Ray. They just assume there could be a connection. And then, of course, lastly, we have Seraphina. So classified information. Name Seraphina. Date of birth September 12th. Gender female. Ability crossed out. Time manipulation. Level 1. Threat level low. Watch the target. Former queen, then later ace of Wellston Private High School. Target has previously been acquired. Exhibits no sign of power recovery. Now this is the most interesting bit. Because assuming this is canon, assuming that this was planned and that Uru had part in this, which I'm pretty sure webtoons wouldn't be able to do anything like this if they didn't have Uru's cooperation. This confirms that it was Ember. I mean, we've all speculated that all along, but this confirms that Ember is the one at the mall, the one who ambushed everyone during the whole confrontation at John's apartment. This confirms that she was captured. And another thing Mike pointed out in our Discord discussion yesterday, that this does maybe hint that recovery is potential. Because it specifically brings up exhibits no sign of power recovery. So I think this confirms that, doesn't confirm that Sarah will get her powers back, which I'm still a big believer that she will, but it confirms that power recovery is possible. So that's really big news right there. Now, let's talk more about some of my thoughts about these little bits of information too. Now, let's take another look at... Let's see, let's take another look at... Who do I want to start with first? Okay, so I went over Remy. You know what? Is there anything with Arlo's? Let's go with John's. So since this confirms that it's Ember, here's what I find interesting. They're wanting to watch John. They want to keep an eye on John. However, this is the monkey wrench that this little promotion has. This is the monkey wrench. This has confirmed Seraphina. What it was Ember that targeted Seraphina. But with that in mind, this takes place after that whole incident, after that whole arc with the Arlo John tag team. This confirms, or this little piece right here doesn't necessarily make sense about John, because clearly it even says exhibits no sign of ability recovery right here. Exhibits no sign of powers currently. But Ember should know that John has powers then, because not only did he copy one of the intruders' ability, he copied Arlo's ability. They saw his eyes glow. They fought Ember when they came. So that's a bit of a monkey wrench there. They should know that John has powers. At least they shouldn't necessarily say that he has no ability or that he's level 1. And they shouldn't say stats none. If anything, I think his threat level should be a lot higher. They're clearly keeping an eye on John because of his dad writing UnOrdinary, but there's nothing else going on there, which is a little weird. That's a monkey wrench right there. Okay, now what about Arlo? Is there anything about him? Arlo. Former king. Approach with caution. Don't think there's anything else here with Arlo. But I think This is definitely an interesting little bit that Webtoons did. Actually, these files right here, does it change for everyone? No, it doesn't. Okay. Alright. So yeah, that's that. Let me know what you guys think about these little Ember files down in the comments below. But, yeah. So that's that right there. This was definitely an interesting little promotion that Webtoons did. And I like it a lot. Now, like I said, this confirms that it was Ember that attacked Seraphina. And it also, there's also that monkey wrench with John and them saying he has no ability or has no powers. Let's see. But yeah, also back in relation to Seraphina, it says that she was previously acquired. So yeah, confirms that it was Ember. I already said that. And that should be about it. Mike, if you want to message me some of your thoughts on the on this little bit, I can try and some of the thoughts you had about this after reading all these files. Go ahead and message me, and I can talk about that at the end of the chapter. I think is when I'll take care of that. But let's see if there was anything. Okay. So with that out of the way, I think... So, Mike, if you're still here, if you're still watching, if you want to message me, like I just said, if you want to message me your thoughts about this Ember promotion, let me know. That way I can let everyone know about that. But yeah, I think with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the chapter, guys. What is up, Luis? Alright, so let's get into this. And of course, because so episode 183. So we got bloodied up Little John. Okay. Alright. And so walking around out in the park or something, like, looks like they're just walking around, and it's just John in his normal getup, like basically like the standard getup we always has, like the tank top, the shorts, and the blue sweater. And it's Claire walking around. She got a little skirt. She's a little cutie. Hey, Claire, I think I want to become a royal. Huh? Why all of a sudden? Just imagine making everyone who's ever picked on us follow all our orders. It's the ultimate payback. That's hardly worth the effort. Most people are already scared of you anyway. Well, actually, there's one other benefit. What? You see, royals have access to turf wars. At my current level, books and videos aren't enough to help me anymore. And all the fights within New Boston are so boring. I barely learn anything from them. And they're just walking around. My level's been stuck at the same place for a while. But if I participate in turf wars, then I get to practice against the top students from other schools. Powerful opponents means better experience. Imagine how much stronger I could become. I mean, I guess that's true. See, I knew you'd get it, but I can't do it without you. So I'm getting you to work hard too. And she's just annoyed, like, nah. John, how many times do I have to say it? I'm doing the best I can with these visions. UnOrdinary episode 183. He's getting on the floor. John! So you're John. Oh, wait. Is this the guy? I'm gonna do a quick paddle back to a few episodes ago. I think. No. It was last week. The guy that John bumped into. Okay, no, I don't think it's him. I think this guy's eyes are a different color. Yeah, his eyes are green. The other guy was purple. You got some nerve to challenge me directly. So this guy's he's got like Bakugo or Midoriya hair, but it's like a light blue. So it's like kind of like wavy, kind of spiky. So yeah. And he's got like a turtleneck on, pants and everything. And so yeah, he's just standing over John. I've heard all about you and how you've been attacking people around school for training purposes. Rumors say you were a cripple back in middle school. Someone like you shouldn't be allowed a ticket straight to the top. Yeah, you tell him, Zirian. Zirian, okay. Sheesh, it's about time someone taught that crazy kid a lesson. Zirian, 3rd year, 3.7 rank 1 king. 3.7 only. Holy crap. Now that you've gotten strong, you want to terrorize students for your own satisfaction. Shut the fuck up. Oh, damn, John, what are you thinking? John, 1st year, 3.0, rank 5. So in 1 year, John shot from below 200 to rank 5. That's impressive. Don't act like you know me. Hate to break it to you, kid, but you're not that hard to read. I can already tell what the kind of person you are. Are you okay? And John just getting up, and Claire runs over to him. He's just like wobbling. You're an angry, petty little brat who doesn't care about anyone but yourself. Too bad. As long as I'm here, you're not laying a finger on this throne. Know your place, weakling. And then John tries to rush, but Claire grabs him back. What the hell did you just call me? You piece of shit! Just wait till I beat your ass to the ground. John, quit it already. That's enough. You're hurt. John hated losing, but he took his loss against Zirian especially hard. As time went on, he became more and more frustrated and more impatient. And he grabs Claire. It's another shot, grabbing Claire by the shoulders. Claire, can't you tell me something? What the hell am I supposed to do to get stronger? I don't know. I still haven't gotten anything. So this is really it, huh? I'm just gonna be stuck this weak forever? John, what are you saying? You've gotten this far in such a short time. Be proud of yourself. You're already so strong. Not strong enough. I still lost to that jackass. Just because you can't beat him doesn't make you weak. He's 2 years older than us, and he's had far longer to work on his ability. Give yourself time and let your body catch up. You have the talent. You'll beat him eventually. Damn it. He just turns around. If I could just copy your ability, then I wouldn't need to waste all this time on waiting for your damn visions. Ah! ... I wanted him to be happy with himself, but he was never satisfied. He was always looking for ways to get stronger, to win every match, to beat everyone. But when our first year of New Boston was over, John still wasn't able to beat Zirian. Okay. A few weeks into our break, I finally had another vision of John. Okay, so I think it's a vision. Oh, okay, so no, it's just get it back. Hey, John! What is it, Claire? Make it quick. I'm pretty busy right now. I'm looking for a practice partner. I had a vision about you last night. Whoa, about time. Was it something good? Tell me. Ever considered what it'd be like to have more powerful versions of someone's ability? Huh? What? How's that possible? John's ability revolves around aura. When he's around an active ability user, he's able to sample their aura and manipulate his own to match it. Okay? Hence, the mirroring effect. So it looks like this is John against the guy he bumped into. The simpler the ability, the easier it is for him to use. Anything complex or higher level will take him longer to learn. What does that necessarily mean, though? Does that mean abilities that are higher than his? Does that mean high tier abilities? Is it harder to copy elite tier abilities and learn them? Who knows? And there are certain abilities, such as my clairvoyance, that he has never successfully copied. Okay, went back to that. Okay. After some discussion, and it's them in John's room going over notes. John just with his knee up and Claire just sitting down. We concluded that my most recent vision had something to do with his aura channels. Typically, people have no control over their aura channels. Aura flows through us naturally as we activate our abilities, and it's self-regulated. It's a self-regulated system. But John's ability lets him alter the natural flow of aura through his own channel, which allows him to increase the intensity of the abilities he copies. This was no easy concept. Once again, we spent all vacation practicing. And let me tell you, the beginning wasn't pretty. And it's John Super Saiyan posing, and he's straining. And Claire's just he looks constipated. This part of his ability was extremely taxing, so it took him some time getting used to it. And they're just meditating. He worked hard. And he's just practicing again. Claire's bringing him juice. And when he was able to sufficiently adjust his channels, Adrian let us test it out on him. And John kicks him. And John knocks him into the wall. Adrian! Are you okay? John, take it easy. He's your practice partner, not a punching bag. I'm fine, don't worry. I think Adrian's is a simple enhancer. John, you've sure gotten stronger. You can even make a weak ability like mine seem powerful. ... See? Adrian gets it. Jeez, Claire, you're so uptight. How am I supposed to know the extent of my amplification if I don't go all out? He just turns around, kicks back, and kicks a rock as the other two just look at him. ... When school started up again, the first thing John did was challenge Zirian's title. Alright, here we go. So he's standing this time, but he's still bruised up a bit. Got a cut on his arm. Ooh, he's got the blades. He's got the blades! Is this guy kind of like Jack the Ripper from Black Clover? So he's he's activated his ability. His aura is green, and there's kind of these greenish blue crescents coming out of his hands. Okay, and he tosses them at John. And John avoids them. And he jumps out. Ooh, and he copies. John's looks fucking sick. So they got the gold shine as always, of course. And then they're black, but the edges of them are a golden shiny white. Amazing. I love this shot. So he's shoots them at Zirian. Huh? What the hell? How is his stronger than mine? Ooh! And X slashes him there's an X going right over Zirian. Who's laughing now, bitch? And John just standing over him. Because of the new discovery we made, this time he was finally able to win. And just like that, John became the youngest king in New Boston history. Arlo became the king his second year. New Boston High School. And it's the three of them just walking around. King? I'm not buying it. He just appeared out of nowhere. I don't care if he has the title. I'm still following Zirian. And so, okay, so it's kids off to the side. But there's one kid who looks like he's telling them the news. And the other kid's telling him. Yeah, I heard John's got some anger issues. Oh, for sure. He'll literally wail on you if you say something he doesn't like. Really? Someone that strong? Scary. Yep. Like a total tyrant. And then John just walks up to this kid and wails on him. Say that again! Ah! Eek! Fucking moron. You already know not to piss me off. Ah, get out of here! Someone stop him! And Claire's just Yet you're still talking shit in front of my face? dumbass! And he just keeps on being... You think I'd let it slide? John, stop it. You're gonna get in trouble again. Do I look like I give a shit? And he turns to Claire and, like, glares at her. Back off! Don't tell me what to do! And he pushes her aside. Ah! Claire! We were powerless to stop him. We just stood there and continued to watch John pummel that poor student until faculty members showed up and finally ended the fight. And it's his apartment with William. What is it now? He just has his arm crossed. John, I don't like how you pushed me today. I'd like an apology. You're really gonna whine about a little push? Damn it. You're really gonna whine about a little push? Just suck it up. If anything, I should be the one complaining about you. She's like, huh? Now that I'm king, I want you to quit telling me what to do so much. Makes people think that I'm actually taking orders from a low tier, and that's embarrassing as hell. But I'm just looking out for you. I didn't want you to get in trouble. Pfft, I'm the strongest student in New Boston. What could they possibly do to me? The school suspended you for 2 whole days. Yeah, but that's about as bad as I'll get. Anyway, whatever. I got shit to do. Bye. He just leaves. Aw, and Claire's crying. He didn't care about us anymore. Aside from his strength and ranking, nothing else mattered to John. Episode 183 end. Alright. Interesting. So, it's not over yet. The flashback is not over yet. The bonus, though. Zirian. Ability, Crescent Slash, level 3.7. So, by the time Zirian was a 4th year, he was at a 3.7. Ison and Blake... Actually, hold up. Let me pull up the ranking. Let me pull up the Wellston ranking. So, for the top 10, Remy, Blake. Actually, no, we're just gonna stick with Blake and down. Actually, no, we'll include Remy because she's also 3rd year. What am I talking about? So, Remy, Blake, Ison, Zeke, and presumably number 9 were able to achieve above 4. And so, I think it does definitely show that just how big the gap is between New Boston and Wellston. I think a few weeks back when this started, a lot of people were talking about that New Boston probably had a few high tiers too. Had like a few high tiers to like match John, but this clearly shows otherwise. Zirian was rank 1. He was the king. And yet, in his 4th year, he was still only a 3.7 by the time he fought John again, and John dethroned him, meaning that Zirian is most likely the Jack at this time, a 3.7. And during this time, John is going to achieve 7.0. And I think even Seraphina, in one of the last chapters, even said that he reached the same level as she did. So when does she go over his papers? So yeah, a 7.0 ability level by year 2, just like me. So yeah, he achieved level 7 just like Seraphina did by year 2. So 3.0 or 3.7 going up against, along with who knows how many other students, going up against 7.0. I think this clearly shows like I said, this shows the gap between Wellston and New Boston. A few people were saying, well, New Boston probably had a few higher tiers like John, so that's probably why they thought they could win. But they didn't stand a chance. We saw John take on high tiers at the same time. Well, 2 high tiers and 2 elite tiers. We saw that. And presumably Zeke to get his ability. Or maybe Cecile just took care of Zeke and just got him to activate his ability. But the gap between the 2 schools definitely shows. And even Claire herself said a few chapters back, isn't your school just full of high tiers? Can't any of you take care of him? Yes, John definitely did become blinded by his power. And hold up. I think there was something else I wanted to check. Probably not. I'm spacing out right now. But yeah, this shows a huge gap in power. And actually... Oh, no. Great. I just remembered. Let's see. Over here, maybe? Okay, so I went back to the flashback where where Claire tries to get a group of students together to dethrone John. So let's just say, for simplicity's sake, that this is the number of students that she rallied against John. So we have Claire, clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 students. Then again, they said half of John's class. Now, I don't know if that means like half of his classroom or half of his year. But if I had to guess, because Adrienne said she got the help of the Jack to try and take down John. And I'm going to say this guy right here is Zirian. They don't look anything alike. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. They don't look anything alike, but this guy looks the most like Zirian's hairstyle, but this guy is closer to Claire. But again, they don't look anything alike, really. But yeah, I'm still hoping that we'll get to see this fight. Still hoping we'll get to see John versus his class, just so we can know. And I hope that like we get name drops and abilities for that fight. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight. I thought the flashbacks were gonna end this chapter, but I'm glad we got to see John become king. I'm glad we got to see that. It wasn't the whole fight. Actually, hold up. Because, like, 2 weeks ago, or something, Uru said she was trying to make a fight scene. She was trying to make, like, a very short fight scene, yet she ended up with something that was 15 panels long. So, where is it? Trying to draw a short action scene, and it's freaking 15 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. I was definitely like, not all of them are action. But this is a fight that has lasted 15 panels. Or at least the drawings. I'm not including just the text box panels. But this could have been it. But yeah. So, clearly, I think next week will be the last. Because we've gotten John becoming king. We've gotten a huge spike in his ability. We know that he's at least above 3.7 by the end of this chapter. Before his second, or maybe not necessarily before his second year starts, but like he's at least above Zirian by the time he challenges him, and that was as soon as the second year started. So clearly, John, I'm going to say John's level 4 by the end of this episode. But how does he jump from 4 to 7? I don't know, actually. I don't know what his deal could be. But it is hard. It is hard to see John like this. But again, this is the past. This is the John that we've always known to be the ass. Well, not always the ass, but this is the John who did become someone terrible, someone who's a tyrant. John himself knows that. John didn't want to revert back to this person. So it's hard to see it, but it's not like watching John go from being the good little boy we all loved at the beginning of the series to who he is now, to reverting back to this person. We're seeing how he became that person to begin with, and we've already seen how he changed from that person when he was at the readjustment facility with Keon, when his dad read the book, when he started spending time with his dad more, when he started hanging out with his dad, and when he came to Wellston, he was like, yeah, like, I can do it, I can change, like, I can be content with this. So, seeing how John became the person he is interesting. A little hard to read, because it's honestly sad seeing how he's treating his old friends. But it makes sense. This is the story. We've always known John was like this. Since the beginning of the flashback chapters, we should have known that this was what it was going to be like. Claire attacks John for a reason. But yeah, it makes sense. This is good. I think it's good. I think because we've already gotten to John finding his ability, John meeting Claire, John getting his ability, John experiencing high school, John learning how to use his ability, John's first fight, John challenging the king, John learning how to amplify abilities, John becoming king, and John starting to treat Claire more poorly. I think we've covered all the bases needed. I think, based on the information we've had before about John's past, I think we've covered it. Maybe next week she will show how John achieved level 7, how they managed that. But I think next week will be the end, because I think the last 2 things we need to hit off on is John, or technically 3 things, I guess. John reaching level 7, which he may have reached by now, who knows. Actually, no. Turf Wars. I completely forgot about that, and I just read it. We still need to see John at Turf Wars, which I hope we see. So I'm going to say 2 more chapters. 2 more flashback chapters. The flashbacks will end at episode 185. So, Turf Wars is how John achieves level 7. So, Turf Wars, we see him challenging other schools at Turf Wars. Then, we see John achieve level 7. Then, we see Adrian's warning. Followed by Claire's betrayal. And him getting expelled. I think 2 more chapters. 2 more chapters. And the flashbacks will end. Episode 185. I'm hoping we get to see Turf Wars. And actually, this is interesting, because I just had another thought. Is John, because he's king, does John choose to make Adrian and Claire the queen and the joker? Or the jack? Maybe not necessarily, because Adrian himself even said he's not the jack. But what I mean is, he takes them to Turf Wars with him. He chooses to take them with him. Because I forget what episode it is, and I'm not remembering too well to where I am confident that I could find it. But we see... God damn it, I'm going to look for it. Yep, I'm looking for it. Oh, look at that asshole looking for this chapter. What a dick. Where is it? Oh, shit, I found it. I'm a genius. Anyway, so we go back to episode 104. We go back to episode 104. This is during the readjustment facility with Keon. So we go to this episode. When Keon makes John think back on everything he's done. We see this shot of Adrian, which this appears to be a turf war location. Barren, not really much going on. And Adrian even says, this needs to stop, you're taking it too far. And John punches him. He retaliates against Adrian. And Claire even says, hey, cut it out. That's enough. We're on the same side. So I think John decides to take Claire and Adrian with him to turf wars. Because they're the ones who've been helping him this whole time. But yeah. So I think he elects, that's the word I was thinking of. He elects to take them with him to turf wars. Now let me see if this location is similar to the one he fought Zirian at. Yeah, it is. It's still the same barren land structure and everything, like open field. But yeah. Interesting. So yeah. I think 2 more chapters. We'll see him, Adrian, and Claire at Turf Wars next week. Next week we see the betrayal. Or week after we see the betrayal. I think that's what's going to happen. But that's going to be it for the reaction to UnOrdinary. This is a long stream. We're going for about an hour now. One more chapter? No, bro. We're done with the chapters. There are no more chapters. Oh, you're saying you think it'll be one more chapter for the flashbacks, Colin. Okay. Because for purposes. Anyway. So yeah, that's going to be it for the read through. But one more thing I want to touch on, guys. One more thing. I probably shouldn't bring this up, but I feel like I need to. So me and Ty were talking the other day, and he brought to me and Ty have always known. And Uru knows. Fast pass channels exist. They exist. They do. But that's a problem, you guys. It's a big problem. Now, I have been fortunate enough that Uru has allowed me to react to the Fast Pass episodes so long as I don't show the art. So long as I don't reveal the information. So long as I don't show the pictures. And whenever someone asks me in the comments or even in chat, there's been a few today, to show the pictures, I just ignore it. Because I've said it enough times that I'm not going to. And I thank everyone in the chat and in the comments who explains to them why I can't do that. And you guys don't have to do that. You guys don't have to acknowledge them either. But I thank you for that. Now, Fast Pass channels exist. And that's a problem. Because, first of all, it is illegal. That's pirating the comics, guys. And that's illegal. You can get in big trouble for that. But also, it's taking away from Uru's profits. It's taking away from her income. And I'm not saying this as a spokesperson for Uru. I don't speak for Uru. I'm going to say that right now. None of us jokers, we don't speak for Uru. We've had a few conversations with her. Well, like we've messaged like a few times. Like when I asked her about Fast Pass stuff, when I said what I said about Arlo a few weeks ago, and like other stuff, like projects we jokers want to do. We've talked to Uru before, but we have no connection to Uru other than that, other than being supporters of her series. But you shouldn't, just because people want to, that doesn't mean it's okay to just post this stuff online and like that. It takes away from them, and it takes away from the series. Like, if you guys want to read the Fast Pass chapters, you should just buy Webtoons tokens. They're not that expensive. They're not. I understand not everyone can afford them, but they really aren't that expensive. You can spend $5, I think, and get a good chunk of chapters out of that for UnOrdinary. Now, I'm in a little better of a position than most people, and I'm also an adult, unlike most UnOrdinary readers, I assume, who are still in high school, and others so. But please don't go and support these channels who are posting Uru's chapters, who's posting the series when they're not supposed to be out to the public yet. Please don't support that. Because you should be supporting the author more than anything. To show the author that you care about the series. To show the author that you want to support and see the series grow. So I'm not going to name any channels. I'm not going to tell you guys where you can go to find them. But I think it needs to be said. Don't support these channels, guys. You don't even have to support my channel. You don't. You don't have to come to me. If you don't like seeing me read the chapters, just reading them. If you don't like that, great, that's fine. But don't support these guys who are pirating the comic and posting it online. Don't do that. Like, I saw Ty told me about some of the comments in it, and I saw it, and it's sad. It's sad to see people who supposedly love the series supporting something that hurts the author. It's sad because it just seems like these people are people who only want the chapter but don't necessarily care about the author's well-being. And guys, Uru works incredibly hard for these chapters. She posts online all the time about how like her hand hurts or she gets back problems because she's drawing all the time. So don't take away from someone who's giving us something so amazing. And I'm sorry to have ended on this, but I felt like this was the most important thing to leave off on. So, if you can, support Uru. Purchase Webtoons tokens. Buy the Fast Pass chapters. But if you can't, just wait a few weeks, guys. It's not that hard. Reread the series. There's also other great webtoons to read. Speaking of which, I'll try to get back to Code Adam relatively soon. But make sure you're supporting the author, not the ones who are taken away from them. But yeah, question of the day. Question of the day. Okay, here's question of the day. Who do you think the queen of New Boston is? Who do you think the queen is? We met Zirian, who's king, who's most likely now the Jack. So who do you think the queen is going to be? What is her name? What's her ability? What does she look like? What's her color? Let me know what you guys think down below. That's going to be it for today. Next week, like I said, 2 more chapters and the flashbacks are over. 2 more chapters. But yeah, it's gonna be it for the day, guys. As far as how much webtoons artists make, I don't know, but that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter because it's still their living that they're making. It's still what they do for a living. It's still their job. They still need it. But that's gonna be it for today. So let me know down in the comments down below who you think the queen of New Boston is. I don't think it's necessarily Claire, just because if Claire... Okay, fine. Who's the rightful queen of New Boston? Because clearly Claire is still a low tier, or she's around that area, so clearly she doesn't... clearly she's not as powerful as she could be. Like, for gosh sakes, Zirian is level 3.7. So I want to know who the queen is. And I wonder, does New Boston... Is John technically the ace? No, he's not the ace, because if he was the ace, they would that would have been on his file. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Who would the queen be? What would her name be? Ability, color, stuff like that. It's gonna be it for today, guys. We have been going for almost an hour now. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and see you guys back next week for more New Boston. Peace out, everyone.